Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group G2. We would like to present our group work about Piperine isolation and identification. Before that, we would like to introduce our team members. There are Adinda Putri Rahmah, Belva Abrar Irawan, Ilya Marsya Rohila, Suryani Twentika Salsabila, Syafira Nurmala Sari, and Yasmin Awalia Syakirina. Next.
The first one, we will talk about piperine. Next. Piperine belongs to alkaloid class. Piperine has many pharmacological benefits like treatment of pain during menstruation, tuberculosis, sleep disorder, and respiratory infection. Piperine is soluble in ethanol, benzene, acetic acid, and chloroform. And the form of piperine is yellow pointed or needle crystal, and it's odorless. Next.
Extraction and isolation process. Next. In addition to the supplementation method, extraction method can be carried out using maceration, percolation, infundation, sonification, etc. Next. In this practicum, we use supplementation method as the extraction method because it's more efficient than the other methods because it uses less solvent or material efficiency, suitable compounds that are resistant to heat, shorter time, and produce more perfect extract results due to the repetition circulation around 6 until 15 cycles. Next.
Then the process of chocolation on black paper, put in bag mat of filter paper, then place it in the chocolate filter, and then add boiling stone first in round bottom flask, and then add 200 milliliter of 96% of ethanol to chocolate apparatus. And then filter the sample until 6 to 15 times circulation, and then we get the liquid extract, and then we take it from apparatus and pour into bigger glass. And then we evaporate using a rotary evaporator to get 5 milliliter of extract, and we evaporate in fume hood. Next. And then we add 10 milliliter of 10% potassium hydroxide ethanolic and let stand for 1 hour, and then we separate the solution from resulting residue. Then clear the solution is stored in refrigerator for 3 until 4 days. And then we take out from the refrigerator, separate solution from crystal form, and then we wash the crystal using cold ethanol 70%. And the last step is we evaporate the crystal until we get the powder form. Next.
And then for the next is the function of alkaline and acidic material in piperine isolation. Next. So with this practicum, we use potassium hydroxide ethanolic material. This is because the piperine is alkaline, so it is more soluble in alkaline solution. And then for the acidic compound, it aims to make easier to isolate piperine because when an acidic solution is added, piperine will form a complex group and help the crystallization process to get the yellow needle crystals.
The purpose using whole ethanol. So the purpose is to keep the temperature stable so the active compound contained are not damaged. It also can crystallize the piperine and get pure crystal free from the impurities. So for the Dragon-Draft reagent reaction with alkaloid, the positive result of alkaloid in Dragon-Draft test were also indicated by the formation of a light brown to yellow precipitate. The precipitate is a potassium alkaloid. In the manufacture of Dragon-Draft reagent, bismuth nitrate is dissolved in hydrochloric acid so that no hydrolysis reaction occurs because bismuth salts are easily hydrolyzed to form bismutyl ions. In order for the bismuth 3 plus ions to remain in solution, the acid is added to the solution so that the equilibrium will shift to the left. Furthermore, the bismuth 3 plus ion from bismuth nitrate reacts with the potassium iodide to form a black precipitate of bismuth 3 iodide, which then dissolve in excess potassium iodide to form potassium tetraiodobismutate. In the alkali test with Dragonov reagent, nitrogen is used to form coordinate covalent bond with kalium plus, which is a metal ion.
Next, identification by IR produce the attached spectroscopy. Next, FTIR analysis was carried out by dispersing a crystal sample with an absorption spectrum recorded at a wave number of 3000 until 930 centimeter meanwhile, ER values piperines from 3008.95 until 925.83 centimeter, including for the analysis carried out on the piperine in that range having functional groups, ketones, ethers, alkalines, and C that bind with N. Other methods that can be done is TLC. The tools is used is scanner. The information obtained is the RI value and the area.
The next is FTIR identification process. Next. Identification of piperine using FTIR to determine the truth that the compound is really piperine or not. FTIR is the type of diamond to reflect energy, so there is no need to make pellets first. FTIR is an identification technique that obtains an infrared spectrum that will identify the functional group of the compound. Next. The working principle of FTIR works by way of interaction between matter and energy, meaning when used infrared will pass through the gap to the sample, providing a certain amount of energy. Infrared will be absorbed by the sample and will also be forwarded to the detector of provide a signal and processed by the computer so that spectroscopy will appear showing its functional group. FTIR will produce a vibration that will be captured by the detector. The vibration can be in the form of bending or stretching. Next. The FTIR identification process is first check the condition of the powder holder, whether it is clean or not, then set it according to the sample used. The FTIR tool used is Perkin-Elmer. Then, because it does not use pellets, piperine is placed directly on the diamond provided. And then sample to be read is placed on the diamond available on the tool to cover the outside of the diamond that looks out over the tool. Then after the graph of the computer, then given treatment to the samples that are on the tool. Tool in the play to be able to press against the compound, but the pressure must be set not more than 80. If it is more than 80, the IR device can be damaged. Then the last is the IR spectra will be analyzed to see if it is true piperine or not.
Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.